you don't have to have a huge audience. You just have to have enough that come in and buy at that level. So right now we operate on, I believe, like a $90 average order value. You could do the math in your head right now. It doesn't take a lot of sales to get to 100 grand per month relatively when you're at $90 average per value. Versus with something like AdSense, most people are getting between what is it, like $1 and $4 CPA is the average that gets thrown out in the industry. That's a lot of people you have to bring in to make any kind of money at all.
Yeah. And it sounds like, I think for the YouTube mindset is focused on, I have to go viral to make this sustainable. Mm-hmm. And what's also interesting, was it at all a struggle for you to have that view differential? I think for some, if you don't have a big visible view count, which could be arguably a vanity metric, it could hurt your ego. It could make you feel like you're not successful as a YouTuber. You're not getting Mr. Beast numbers. Even the lid or like the height of your content won't compare to your other channel's numbers. It's not as much broad appeal.
Right.
But it's a much more effective business. But was that just easy for you because you saw behind the scenes, or was there any kind of ego of like, well, I'm not pulling your most viewed video has 6+ million views or 7. Right. And you're not pulling those numbers, but it's such a niche thing. Was it an easy transition for you, or is there anything?
I'll say there's a slight bit of ego.
Yeah.
But I think that I kind of worked through those ego problems before I even went full time on Thomas Frank Explains.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is I had been in the productivity niche for so long. I was kind of at the top of it for a while. And then Matt Diavella came along, Better Ideas came along, Ali Abdaal came along. And even before they all passed me up, I could tell like they're going to pass me up. They're either hungrier or they make better content in certain dimensions, or they're publishing more often. Like I can see the trajectory, and I can either chase that hamster wheel because I want to satisfy my ego and stay on top, or I can really dig deep and say like, what is it that I actually want to do? What's the average day that I want to experience? What are the metrics that actually matter? I don't necessarily want to be a famous person. I don't want to be mobbed when I go to a place like this. Mm-hmm. So chasing the fame is actually counterintuitive to what I want. There's like that Bill Murray story where he's like, I always tell people who want to be rich and famous, try being rich first, see if that covers all the bases. And I've definitely realized that like as I've become a little bit less known generally, I'm actually happier. I can go more places, not get recognized. I can spend more time on the highly technical niche things that actually interest me. And there's an audience there that is so hungry for that kind of content as well. I can have a sustainable career without needing to chase the big numbers.
2 things. Number 1, I've had too much coffee today. Number 2, if you have not seen our free masterclass yet, you're gonna love it. If you're serious about growing your YouTube channel, just go to thinkmasterclass.com for a 1-hour deep dive on-demand YouTube strategy class. It's sick, and I'm gonna go refill my coffee. Hope to see you on the class.